No, Ben Jealous is too extreme for Maryland.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on. 2 reported tornadoes just moments ago. The storm system slamming into the east as we come on the air tonight. News on those tornadoes and the heavy rains and wind gusts just as millions drive home from work. Florida up through Washington, D.C., Philly, New York City, Boston are next. Also tonight, the final sprint. 4 days left. President Trump celebrating the new jobs tonight and now defending what he said about taking aim at migrants who throw rocks. Alec Baldwin arrested in New York City. Authorities say he got into a fight, punching a man he was arguing with over a parking spot. This isn't the first run-in making headlines on the streets of New York. The shuttle bus nightmare. Passengers going to a haunted house suddenly fearing they were being kidnapped instead. When the driver allegedly refuses to stop, they start yelling, some of them then climbing out of the windows. The other bus horror tonight, the woman attacking the driver because he missed her stop. The bus then plunging over the side of the bridge. The science class experiment that suddenly goes wrong, the fireball igniting. News coming in tonight on the teacher. And the one moment from the World Series and that young fan. Can you guess who is our person of the week?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night. It's great to have my voice back. A lot of news to get to tonight. We're going to begin with the severe storms, those 2 reported tornadoes, just as millions head home from work tonight. D.C., New York, Boston, it's coming next, but it's already left its mark, blasting the Tampa Bay area. At least 2 reported tornadoes so far. Heavy rain and wind, downing trees and power lines. Tornadoes left in the dark. The storm front stretching all the way from Florida up through those major cities and into the Northeast tonight. It hits now and continues into the weekend. So let's get to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano leading us off tonight with the track. Rob?
Hi, David. This has been a wide-reaching system that's been crawling east until now. Let's go to Florida, where it has been rough, as you mentioned, across Tampa. Still ongoing there and down towards Fort Myers up through Daytona. Also some heavy rain getting into D.C. now. The center of the low itself is over Roanoke, and it's going to get a kickstart from some upper-level energy that'll push the heavy rain in through Philly and New York by midnight tonight, up I-95 by tomorrow morning, in through Boston. And that's when the winds get cranking. This thing really drops the bottom out, and we're looking at high wind warnings for eastern Massachusetts. Winds could gust 30, 40, maybe 50 miles an hour, especially tomorrow evening. Could be dangerous across much of New England. David?
Rob Marciano leading us off on a Friday night. Rob, thank you. Next, the final sprint. 4 crucial days. Now to the midterms. Democrats working furiously to try and take control of the House. Republicans working just as hard to hold on to the Senate, perhaps even adding a senator or 2. But no one knows what will happen. Central to it all, of course, President Trump, who tonight is celebrating the new jobs report just out today. He's in Indiana tonight. And the president is also defending what he said about taking aim at migrants who throw rocks. ABC's Terry Moran with the president in Indianapolis tonight.
News of the booming economy came as a shot of adrenaline for President Trump heading into the final weekend of the campaign.
And what job numbers we had today. Did you hear? Did you hear? Well, we'll go into that. They all say, speak about the economy, speak about the economy.
With just 4 days to go, today's jobs report gave the president something to talk about. 250,000 jobs added in October, wages rising at the fastest clip in nearly a decade.
America now has the best economy in the history of our country, and we want to keep it that way.
The happy economic news allowed the president to pivot away from what had been his closing argument, the politics of fear, stoking anxiety about that migrant caravan making its way through Central America.
This is an invasion, and nobody's even questioning that.
But there is no invasion. The migrants fleeing poverty and crime are 900 miles away from the border. Still, the president says he's sending up to 15,000 military personnel to stop them. He even hinted the soldiers who are in a logistical support role only could use their weapons on the migrants.
Them firing upon any of these people? Could you see it?
I hope not. I hope not. It's the military. I hope there won't be that. But I will tell you this, anybody throwing stones, rocks, we will consider that a firearm. Because there's not much difference.
Today, the president was pressed on that.
Are you really okay with the U.S. military firing on the caravan people?
No, they won't have to fire. What I don't want is I don't want these people throwing rocks. I didn't say shoot. I didn't say shoot. But they do that with us. They're going to be arrested for a long time.
But when he was asked again,
Can you promise that the military's not going to fire on foreign civilians?
Well, I hope they won't. We're going to see. I hope they won't.
and in Florida today, former President Obama called him out.
They're telling you the existential threat to America is a bunch of poor refugees 1,000 miles away. They're even taking our brave troops away from their families for a political stunt at the border. And the men and women of our military deserve better than that.
And Terry Moran joined us live tonight from a Trump rally in Indianapolis. And Terry, the president is on the campaign trail nonstop now between now and Election Day.
That's right, David. The final blitz. And when you look at the schedule, the president is basically targeting Democrats, senators he thinks are vulnerable. He'll be in Montana, then in Florida, in Georgia for that governor's race, in Tennessee, Ohio, back here in Indiana, and he'll close out in Missouri, taking aim at Claire McCaskill there. David?
Terry Moran with us live tonight. Terry, we'll see you right here with us on election night, and we hope you at home as well. I'll be joining George, and our Powerhouse political team starts at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC. It's going to be a big night. We'll see you then. But the news does continue, and now to the actor Alec Baldwin, who was arrested today in New York City. Baldwin, who famously impersonates President Trump, was arrested for an alleged fight over a parking spot. Authorities say he punched a man. Tonight, President Trump is now weighing in, and here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, actor Alec Baldwin in trouble with the law. Police say he punched a man who took a parking space being held for Baldwin. The space right outside his apartment building in New York's Greenwich Village. This TMZ video showing the moments right after, when police took Baldwin away. He's now charged with assault and harassment. The temperamental star, no stranger to scuffles. He's been seen in the past in heated confrontations with photographers right outside his home. Baldwin's portrayal of the president on Saturday Night Live has made headlines and often led to verbal jabs with Trump.
I'd find little rocket man, ping pong pang, ping ping boom.
A reporter asking the president about Baldwin's arrest.
Who was arrested?
Alec Baldwin. He punched somebody out during a parking dispute.
I wish him luck.
Baldwin also has a new talk show on ABC. The network saying it will air the show as scheduled this Sunday night. David, those assault and harassment charges are considered misdemeanors. Baldwin will go to court at the end of the month to respond. David?
Gio Benitez, thank you. There is remarkable new video emerging tonight of the man who was accused of sending 16 pipe bombs to Democratic leaders and supporters. The video comes from a police body cam just 2 months ago when police spotted that white van with all of those stickers and approached it. Inside, suspect Cesar Sayoc was apparently sleeping. They had been called about a suspicious van with a man sleeping inside. Investigators say it was that van where he built the bombs. ABC's Victor Akendo with the video tonight and the scene just today from court. He's in Miami tonight.
It's a white van, one person's inside.
Tonight, new body cam footage of Boca Raton police as they check out a white van in an LA Fitness parking lot. The man inside, serial mail bomb suspect Cesar Sayoc.
You all right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Listen, someone I called and they were concerned about you.
I just got done working up at the nightclub.
The officers are there because it looked like Sayoc was asleep in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I just got done. I mean, it was a long night.
How you like working at Ultraman?
Oh, I love it. I've been, in the gentleman's club for...
DJ over there?
DJ, and I work as the front door.
One officer noticing his van is covered in political stickers.
I guess you're a Trump supporter, is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The encounter was on September 1st, nearly 2 months before Sayoc was arrested for allegedly mailing 16 packages containing IEDs to prominent critics of President Trump who have also been criticized by him. That same white van where authorities believe he may have made the bombs covered and towed away on the day of his arrest.
You run a 29P DL check. It's going to be on a white male.
After checking Sayoc's ID, the officers send him on his way.
Yeah, come see me. I'm Caesar.
Caesar, yeah, man, you're a good guy.
Yeah, you guys come down anytime.
Don't kill yourself like that, man. Like, you gotta sleep, man. Just make sure you're sleeping, dude,
Yeah.
Cesar Sayoc appeared at the federal courthouse in downtown Miami, where he agreed to be transferred to New York, where the case will be handled. None of those packages exploded, but if convicted, he faces nearly 50 years in prison. David?
Victor Akendo with us again tonight. Thank you. We turn to the scare for passengers on a shuttle bus headed to a haunted house in California. The driver apparently went the wrong way, then allegedly refusing to change course. Passengers suddenly thought they were being kidnapped, some then climbing out of windows to get out. ABC's Will Carr tonight from California.
Somebody hanging out.
Watch this shuttle to a haunted house turn into the ride from hell. With at least 20 on board, the shuttle was supposed to head to a Halloween event on board a cruise ship docked in Long Beach, California, but instead went in the wrong direction, alarming some passengers because what should have been a short 2-mile ride from a pickup parking lot to the floating haunted house turned into a terrifying 30-minute ride, the shuttle winding up in Carson.
We're all trying to get off the bus, telling him to stop, let us off. He wouldn't stop.
This man begging the driver.
I'm opening the door! Open the door!
Dude, this is a safety door!
You're not listening!
He wasn't responding to anybody, and I was like, we're getting kidnapped.
Panicked, some passengers jumped out of the shuttle's windows while stopped at a traffic light. The driver arrested not long after pulling over and letting the other passengers off.
David, police believe the driver got disoriented trying to get to that cruise ship behind me and simply got lost. He was booked and released pending the outcome of the investigation. And as for all of the passengers, they received full refunds. David.
Just an unbelievable scene. Will, thank you. There are new details tonight after those two sisters were discovered here in New York City in the Hudson River, duct taped to one another. Late today, investigators here indicating the two sisters who were originally from Saudi Arabia were so afraid to go home, they might have killed themselves instead. The police also reporting a witness saw them praying beside the river before they disappeared. No evidence of foul play, and the investigation does continue. From Pittsburgh tonight, the last of the funerals for the victims of the Tree of Life Synagogue. Rose Mallinger, she was the 97-year-old, the oldest of the 11 worshipers to die, who was laid to rest. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette paid tribute on its front page with the first line of the Jewish mourner's prayer in Hebrew. It will be recited tonight on the first Sabbath since the attack. Next tonight here, one weekend left of those political ads you likely can't get a break from. Tonight, the Democratic senators in states where Donald Trump won handily, desperately trying to hold on to their seats, many of them now siding with the president on several key issues. But one of those senators who broke with him on Brett Kavanaugh tonight telling us she knew it might cost her her job. ABC's Mary Bruce tonight on the state of the race.
From West Virginia to North Dakota and Missouri, in the states won by President Trump, Senate Democrats are now fighting to hold on to their jobs. For Joe Manchin, that means walking a fine line.
I stand up and I support him when it's good for West Virginia, and when it's not, I stand up to him.
In Missouri, Claire McCaskill is eager to show she's willing to take on her fellow Democrats. Just listen to her closing ad.
Claire's not afraid to stand up against her own party. Yep, and Claire's not one of those crazy Democrats.
But in North Dakota, a state Trump won by a whopping 36 points, Heidi Heitkamp broke with the president on a key issue just 1 month before the election, voting against his Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh.
This isn't a political decision. If this were a political decision for me, I certainly would be deciding this the other way. But there's an old saying, history will judge you, but most importantly, you'll judge yourself. And that's really what I'm saying. I can't get up in the morning and look at the life experience that I've had and say yes to Judge Kavanaugh.
It's a decision she knows could cost her her job.
If it all comes down to that decision for some voters, was it worth it?
Yep. I mean,
no regrets?
No, I have no regrets.
Her Republican opponent, Kevin Cramer, is banking on a Kavanaugh bounce.
We're fortunate that Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed even without one of our senators voting for him.
But Heitkamp says this race comes down to the issues that most impact the rural voters here, like health care and the economy.
Oh, how are you doing?
But now, in the fight of her political life, she told me this.
Millions of people in this country live without being a United States Senator. It's not the end-all and be-all. I hope I'm given a chance to serve my country again. But if that service means that you compromise your principles or your values or what you believe is right, that it's time for somebody else in North Dakota.
All right, we'll see what happens. Mary Bruce joins us live from Capitol Hill tonight. And Mary, for Heidi Heitkamp, who you were just interviewing there, to have any shot of winning, many say she'll likely have to have Native American voters who have supported her before. But there are concerns tonight that many Native Americans in that state, North Dakota, might not be able to vote because of a new law that requires all voters to have a street address. And many Native Americans who live on those reservations simply don't have a street address.
Yeah, and David, this fight has been playing out in the courts, and now a federal judge has denied an emergency motion to block that part of this new law. He says any 11th hour change will, quote, create as much confusion as it will alleviate. David.
It's going to be a big headline as we watch the returns come in on election night. Mary, we'll see you then. In the meantime, President Trump taking new action against Iran, reimposing the sanctions that had been lifted because of the nuclear deal. The White House announcing the move with this image, the president and the words,